if you guys get to know me, I'm a big teddy bear, man. Like I'm very overprotective of my friends. Like if we out, I'm gonna make sure that all my boys are good around me. I'm very overprotective. Yo, if I consider you my friend, dude, I got your back. That's the type of person I am. If we all got to get in the fight, we're gonna get in the fight. So that's one thing. That's how I roll. And if you take that as arrogance, because I'm very confident of who I am, because I'm 46 years old and I lived a long, fruitful life, shit, I'm sorry you feel that way, man. Because guess what? I have a life and you don't. Roland, do I give any impression that that I consider myself as a bully or arrogant?
You big silverback gorilla looking motherfucker. Hell yeah, you do. I do too, but what the fuck? It doesn't matter, does it?
You know what? Maybe because
people are gonna hate.
Yeah.
They're gonna hate because they ain't you. They can't live your life. They can't live your lifestyle. So of course, people are always gonna be hating from the bleachers. You know what I'm saying?
See, the thing is, like, I'm so used to being around leaders. I'm just used to being around doers. Dudes that said they're gonna make it happen, they make it happen. I'm used to being around that, so we all talk the same way to each other.
Right.
You know, when you talk to certain people, they perceive you as arrogance because they don't move the way you do.
Exactly.
Like, I'm okay to watch Bacchus do his thing, taking lead, organizing and leading the way. I'm okay with that. I don't like my ego's checked. I know what I'm good at and I know what I'm not good at.
Right.
I'm good into like managing people. That's something that Roland, you and I have been doing for quite a while.
Yeah. And we've had these backroom conversations for years now, literally. And I'm proud you're doing the things that you're doing, man. I mean, I'm proud you're not giving up on the space, because you're like, man, you guys got a lot of patience to be dealing with these dudes.
Man,
sound like you want to do a little bit of mentoring now.
Hey, you
like
know
we
what?
Kind of wore in on you a little bit.
You know what? The thing is, because I look at my son. He's 21 now. He's about to go to Columbia.
Hello. Right.
And I had to sit him down and tell him what to do, what not to do. Hey, of course, he's going to Medellin. I'm like, bro, just go to Cartagena. He's like, nah, he wants to go to Medellin. And it's just like, you know what? You're right. There's a young generation that don't know.
They don't.
And it's just like, if I'm in a position to where I can help them, it's like, okay, I'm gonna sit you down. I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. But if you take that as me being bossy or being arrogant, then you know what? You're not ready.
You ever black man, you ever heard the Caribbean saying, if you can't hear, you can feel?
Yeah.
That's what I think with these young cats now, man. They want to believe everything on TikTok. They want to believe everything here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, go ahead, man. If you can't hear, you're going to feel. Let's just hope you're able to feel again next time. And it's not the last feel, you dig? So I just let them do what they do. Some people you just can't talk to, right?
Yeah, man. But it's all good, man. It's like, again, I don't take it personal. I just feel like, again, I've been doing this for quite a while, almost 20 years now, traveling the world, been to multiple continents, and I feel like all I'm doing now is passing the baton. That's all I'm doing. And if you take that as a form of arrogance, because I'm confident who I am as a man, and I have receipts. I know a lot of you guys don't like that shit. It's like, hey, that's one thing. Other content creators, they can't say shit to me. It's like, hey, yo, you know what? Kennard does this thing. Because there's a lot of stuff that I don't show on YouTube. Baka's been there. Baka's seen some things.
I ain't seen nothing.
Yeah.
Johnny, I ain't seen nothing.
Hey, it is what it is, man. But you know what? One thing I've noticed too in this space, you have a lot of people that's hating on black men traveling, and I'm seeing a lot of I don't want to call them any particular race of people or ethnicity, but they don't like to see a lot of black men traveling to their countries. And now they're doing a lot of live streams talking about, why we can't stay there to get there, get the women here in the States. And I'm like, why do you care? Like, why do you care so much what the next man is doing? That's like some bitch made pathetic shit that I ever seen. Being concerned what the next man is doing. What do you think, Roland?
Well, something was coming to mind as you were talking before you opened up the panel, and it's a Bible verse actually. 1 Corinthians 13 says, "When I was a child, I used to speak like a child, think like a child, reason like a child. When I become a man, I did away with childish things. And even in the travel space, you start off as a child. You moved around this planet like a child. And like I was saying before in a lot of other panels, as we get older, we should be showing the younger generation as they're coming into the space what the older generation should be migrating into. You can't continue to repeat the same things and continue to do the same things for year after year in this travel space. You have to continue to improve. You have to appreciate the culture that you're being involved in and want to do right by the planet, not just yourself.
Facts.
It's evolution. You have to evolve in this travel space. And this is
Right.
why I like listening to you, because it's not that you're arrogant. It's just the fact is you have something to teach. And that's the thing what we all have to do is sit back and learn from each other, because these are things that can help us on our journey. And a lot of people just scoff as like, oh, these old guys, they're just jealous of us young guys and this and that. No, it's learning, because I never been to certain places you have been, but I'm learning from you about you, from your experience. And
Right.
you've probably seen some of my stuff on my channel, and you learning from me like you've never been to the Middle East or whatever. You learn from that. It's all a learning process from each other and sharing that information in the form of brotherhood. So that way we all go to these places, stay safe, we avoid getting scammed and all this other stuff. But a lot of people take it, they get their little feelings hurt.
Yeah. And the thing is too, like, guys, I know that the black male travel space focus on 4 countries only, which Bacchus probably hate all of them. Bacchus, you hate all 4 countries, right?
Just DR.
Damn. Damn.
He has his reasons. Well, here's the thing: is like with these 4 countries, man, there's so much that you could do there. If people take the time to like, okay, hey, instead of going left, let me go right, you get a whole different experience. And same goes to any other country in the world. Like if you decided, hey, you know what, I'm gonna take some time, do some research, watch some other content that is not from a black male traveler perspective. Like a lot of content creators that I watch are women travelers. It seems like women travelers tend to be.
I don't ever watch women travels. I watch a lot of them white boys. Them boys be going.
No. But the white women, I mean, okay, the women, they know where to go as far as restaurants. I'm a big foodie. I'm a huge foodie guy. I like rooftops. That's what I want to experience. Like I went to Mexico City in April last year. Dude, some of the best rooftop parties that I've been to and lounges, I watch it from other content creators that were non-black.
Right.
They were going to some of the best places. I'm like, damn, this is kind of cool. So when I got to Mexico City, I already knew all the hot spots. So I was just popping up. I'm like, yo, this is my vibe. Now, do I see that with black content creators? No, I don't. They don't show that. They show, okay, I'm walking in the hood. I traveled all this time. I saved my PTO just to go
to the hood.
Just to go to the hood. I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna do that for? So it's like, for me,
Right.
if I'm traveling, man, I want to treat myself like a king. And knowing damn well that the dollar goes a lot further than most places here in the United States. You know what? Place like Mexico City, bro, it's super cheap.
I'm heading there next month.
Oh, you are? Okay, man. You're gonna have a great experience, man. Great food. I ate so much. The drinks were amazing. Now, I'm not, eye candy wise, you probably got to do some work. But besides that, you're gonna have a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my boy down in Philippines for the first time. He in Baraka. He just sent me a video. He enjoying himself. First time in his life he ever saw a Black Jesus Christ. They had a little parade, and they walked down through downtown with the Black Jesus Christ. I've been there so many times I didn't even know about that. I thought the only Black Jesus Christ was in Germany and the one in Panama. So seeing and doing something different is always good. Even my latest video I posted was when I went after I did that excursion thing. Me and my lady friend, we ended up in this random town. Matter of fact, I called you when I was in that random town.
Yeah, you did.
I went down to the waterfall. I finally just put the video together.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's just about, and that was just so cool. It wasn't another foreigner in sight, wasn't another gringo. Like I ain't not in yet nobody, and that was just cool. It's just small town, not even small town USA, small town Colombia.
Hey, Bacchus, before you say something, I want to take a minute. Hey, I didn't know I got super chats. You know what? Hey, Highlander, man, thank you so much, man. I was so into the conversation that I didn't really pay attention, brother. So thank you so much for the 1999 super chat. Best wishes for the new year, brother. Heading to Medellin next week. Wish me the best. Wish me the best of luck. Hey, you know what? Hit me up, bro. If you're on Facebook or part of my group or we're friends on Facebook, hit me up, man. I would love to sit down with you and give you the quick rundown as far as where to go. I'll make sure that you hit all the best spots in Medellin, man. I still got my list and they're still open. So if you can, Highlander, hit me up personally. I'll set you straight up for Medellin. And you gave me another super chat, bro. Like, again, thank you so much, man. I'm grateful. Another 1999 super chat. Can I what's your travel plans for 2025? I'm not going to goddamn place. I'm grounded. So yeah, I'm laying low. I'm doing a complete reset. I'm preparing for 2026 for Australia and New Zealand. This year is family life. That's it. I may do a cruise with the family. We may do our first cruise together, but besides that, nothing else planned.
It'll be fun for you, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I got a 1-year-old. So
hold on, Darnell. I was demonetized for a day or two, so let me see.
Yeah, so but yeah, man, thank you again, Highlander, for your trip for Medellin. Please hit me up. If you could send me an email, or you know what, just go to blackmantravels.com. There's my email. Hit me up and I'll get you straight for Medellin. Yo, Bacchus, if you can, I was talking
and Homo with the guitar, and they're singing all in Spanish. And when I tell you, when you go through that experience, from my experience, everything is connected. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the movie Watchmen. Anybody seen that?
Oh yeah.
All right. So when Dr. Manhattan was talking about everything is happening all at once,
All at once. Yeah.
I totally tapped into that. I'm having an experience, and I can pause that and go have a different experience, all while leaving my mind. Go do that and come back to that other experience, and it just like I never left. I saw people I haven't seen. I reached out to some people. It was deep. I learned a lot of the reasons why I was having a lot of my problems, so it helped me address issues. God damn, you got a big ass super chat there, Kenneth.
Yeah, I see that. Darnell.
Hey, shut up. Hold up. Take
that. Hey, man, I'm over here blushing, man. I'm asking too, man. Yeah, man, late Merry Christmas and late Happy New Year to the show. I'll match at Roland, but super chat option isn't showing. So I guess, Roland, you're going to expect 100 on your end, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man, I got demonetized. They kept on thinking the content we were putting out was being copywritten, even though it was all four of us on a panel at any given time. It could be 3 or 4 people. They would give it to the first person and say everybody else copywritten. So it was stupid. I got it released, but it's going to be a second before my button comes back up.
Okay.
All right, man. Hey, I want 1 second, Bacchus. I want to say, listen, man, look, when I started this YouTube channel, man, I remember I was very shy, nervous, in the dark, with, hiding my face, into now having this live stream and growing so much with Roland and Fearless and some of the other guys. I just want to say, donation or not, thank you so much for just believing in my content, watching my content, and just wanted to say thank you to everybody, man. Like, this YouTube thing was strictly for fun. It was strictly for us to come together and create our own little bar and just talk. And I created a community, man. I met some real great people through this YouTube thing, through the travel streets. And again, just thank you so much, man. And for all the donations that I've gotten, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm blessed. And again, thank you. Like from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Go ahead, Bacchus.
Yeah, like I said, there's rules to this before you even go out there. You can't eat meat for a week. They suggest you bring a pillow and a yoga mat, and a blanket or something. It is one hell of an experience. I would highly suggest bringing in a not sombrero. What's that big thing that you wear in Mexico?
Sombrero.
No, not the hat. The thing that just god damn, I forgot the name of it. You know what I mean?
You can all say the same things.
Is that the sombrero? The sombrero's the hat, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
sombrero, man.
Yeah.
Sombrero.
Think Clint Eastwood and he just pulls out 2 guns. What's that?
Holster with the guns?
No, over your shoulders, and it's like a big carpet over your shoulder.
Oh, you're talking about the fabric.
Yeah, you see, you can't remember the
poncho,
name.
The poncho. Like a fabric poncho type of thing?
I suggest bring a poncho. There's other reasons for that, but bring a poncho.
Hey, Darnell, it's active now. Sorry, brother.
Bring a poncho
over there. I appreciate you.
You're going to need it.
You active?
I am active. I had to reactivate it. It's reactivated. If you refresh the window, it should pop up at the bottom again.
Hey, Darnell, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Man. Darnell is solid, man. Solid brother. I appreciate you.
We got the global.
I might make you a mod if you give me that kind of money. Shit.
Yeah, man. Me too, man. I have to make you a mod, man. But I just got to be more consistent.
You be the first mod that. Hey, wait a minute. I can't even be a mod on Black Man Travels Town. So if he gives you a goddamn wrench, I'm like, God damn.
Well, the thing is, I need to be consistent with my damn live stream, because I do one and disappear for 5 months and do another one. It's like I need to be more consistent. So that's my goal this year as well. It's like at least do 1 live stream a week. Just do 1. So
well, I mean, you do the Lions Den, but you need to do your spinoff, right? You do need to do your channel stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, I know me and Fearless have a couple different shows that we do together, the Hit and Run, Thursday Night Therapy. And then we're going to do a special Lions Den tomorrow because we're going to react on the millionaire and his Filipino wife. So you guys need to definitely tune in tomorrow night because we're going to do that whole thing. I got some smoke for that.
Yeah, definitely. So,
that whole
Darnell,
situation.
what's your thought on the whole black male travel space, man, and the global spinner? What are your thoughts on that as well?
Salute to everyone, man. Thanks for having me. I think it's toxic right now, really, to be honest. I try to veer away from it as much as possible. I do listen in to some content creators because I think they just breed positivity into black male travel space. But overall, it's toxic. I mean, from the last couple of weeks, all we have been hearing about is brothers over in Thailand fighting and all kind of drama. And so for me personally, I work, I'm in the education field. So I just try to focus on positivity and what I'm doing in my life, and all that other stuff, I leave it out. So
yeah, and another shout out to Darnell. He sent Roland a super chat of $100, man.
Let me say, Darnell has been a huge supporter of our channels, all three of our channels, between myself, Fearless, and Black Man Travels. We really appreciate you, bro. So happy New Year's to you as well. I know you don't have a solid date yet when you're going to your little rendezvous. Have you got an update on that since you're live on the panel tonight? Darnell?
no.
No, he's going to play him out right now.
Yeah, he probably. Yeah, but Spinner, I totally agree with you. I think, and I kind of both going to jail because I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop. Like once that light switch button turns on with me again. I'm not saying I'm a tough. No, hold up. I'm not saying I'm a tough guy. I'm not saying that, but I don't back down. And the thing is, once that light switch turns on, it's hard for me to turn it off. So it's just like for me, I try to avoid any type of bullshit. If I see you cross the street, I'm gonna cross the street and go to the other side. I don't want to deal with you.
Right.
But for us to take, for us to get away and take that same matrix mentality with us, and now using YouTube as a platform to talk shit about each other is pointless, man. Like even the trolls that want to come and watch a live stream, like, bro, is your life that sucks that you're gonna sit there and watch my live stream and talk shit about me on a live stream?
Hey, salute to the panel, brothers.
Hey, shut up,
Salute
Drew.
to you, Drew. Why you
Happy
taking
New
shots
Year.
from the damn stands, bro?
Bruh, I'm just listening to y'all, and you know, I think that we're taking this a little bit too serious. I don't think everybody's fighting everywhere.
No,
And
no,
the
no.
reason why I say that, you look at as much content has come out in these past 3-4 years, not a lot has been about fighting. Yeah, did you have the Zoom and Tom Young LaChan meet up? Yeah, you had the BMT and Star Bull meet up. You had possible Nakmeezy and Yoga, and those are only 3 issues. I mean, CC and
No, Drew,
C-
trust me, there's been more. The thing
Yeah,
is, they're not aired on
there's been a
YouTube.
lot of more. There's
It
been plenty
been,
of more.
Gotta sign up to the Patreon. Yeah.
well,
They don't-
if
they don't
they're
do the group
battling like
chats.
that, let's be honest. If they're battling like that, you know, I guess their minds aren't right yet. You know, one thing I'm thinking is that brothers are frequenting, especially the Thailand brothers. They're frequenting the same spot and they meeting up at the same spot. That's why you don't see these issues in Brazil as much, Colombia as much. Places where it's spread out, they're fine. But like a Sasua, Thailand, when they always meet up in Flex or 808, it seems
Right.
like those are where the issues are at.
Yeah,
well,
but
I'm gonna say this
Real quick,
and-
let me just shout out Passport Blueprint, who's on the panel. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Happy New Year to you, brother. Again, a great supporter of all our shows, always participating not only in the chat but also on the panel. So we appreciate your input. And
yeah,
thank you very
same
much.
here. Shout out to Passport Blueprint. He sent
Yeah,
me a $10
salute,
super
Passport
chat as
Blueprint.
well. I appreciate it, man. Listen, guys, it's been a hot day. I'm gonna just run down all the super chats that's been given today. Again, thank you so much for supporting our content. You know, Highlander sent a $20 super chat. Highlander sent another $20 super chat. Darnell came in with a big $100 super chat to my channel and to Roland channel.
Damn.
And now Passport Blueprint just dropped $10 on my channel.
He got a damn wrench from me for that. And, you know,
Hey, I'm
channel
gonna say this.
supporter for the day.
I'm gonna say that you are my official sponsor for the day, Darnell. So you could talk about anything you want to talk about, man. You want to talk about Brazil? Hey, we could do that, man. So hey, you know, just thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Hey, no problem. Anytime.
Well, I mean, this is my thing, right? And again, I'm it's not about the fighting, because I know sometimes things happen. And one thing about the whole recent issue with BMT and Starboy, they both own up to it. They both, they both kind of squashed the issue and they moved on, which is very respectful. If anything, I respect that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is the mentality that we bring with us. We talk about so much about escaping the matrix. Shout out to Charles Tyler, who actually created the term matrix for within the travel space.
May you rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace, man. I was there when he passed. I was in Brazil when that happened, and it was a very sad day. And just rest in peace to that brother. He actually inspired me to go to Brazil back in 2017. So it was sucked that it happened. He passed away in 2017.
Sure did. I remember.
Yeah, I was there, man. Rest in peace, brother. And again, you set the tone for all of us to share our travel experience and encourage others to travel. And escaping the matrix is still our goal. I'm trying to escape the matrix within the next 7 years. I'm out of this bitch. But we can't take that same mentality with us when we go overseas. We need to leave that shit home. And this whole ego thing, I mean, check your fucking ego, man. A lot of us want to walk around like we could do this and that, whatever, in our own city, knowing that you really can't. And you trying to take that same mentality overseas, you're going to get checked by the local thugs or by the police. And nowadays, shit, the chicas are checking y'all asses, literally.
But to be honest, though, we're always gonna take the mentality that we have wherever we go, because we come from the States. We have a certain level of standards. Like we expect customer service. We expect things quickly, and that's just the mentality we're always gonna carry with us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for some, yes, you're right. For some, they're going to travel with that mentality And that's because they haven't properly been shown the way they should be traveling, and the mentality is leave that shit right at the fucking border.
Right.
May I chime in real quick?
Hey,
Sure.
Darnell, you can
say
Darnell,
whatever
listen,
the fuck you want.
You can say whatever the fuck you want, man. You want to talk about
Get
Brazil
anybody up
taking
this
3
bitch.
women? Hey, you're more than happy to do that.
I appreciate it. Now I just want to say, I mean, I agree with you gentlemen, is that, I mean, you got to take that out, but I'd like to bring up real quick, well, up until Antonio Brown, I used to call Michael Vick the dumbest man on the planet. You know, reason being, you know, the man had a $50 million contract, which was the largest at the time with the Falcons, and the man was still fighting dogs. And it was like, why? Why are you still fighting dogs, man? You know, and you know, you got a $50 million contract. Like, I mean, now, I understand he came from the hood, this and that, but man, you got to leave that shit alone. And I think a lot of times that's the issue with our community is, you know what I'm saying?
It's easier to be in your comfort zone. Yeah.
Yeah, you go, you know.
That's a good point, Darnell. That's a very good point.
As I learned in rehab, you go to what's familiar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was a term that we kept using. You look for the familiar. You know, and I think that's what a lot of these guys are doing. You know, they don't have to do this anymore. They don't have to do all that dumb stuff or whatever, you know, that they was doing in, you know, say in Chicago or wherever they're from, you know, but it's what they know.
Right. I agree with you. And that's what I say a lot when people go to these areas. They go for low-hanging fruit and something they're more comfortable with. And if they came from that area, they're going to be comfortable in that area. And it's a shame because you go into those countries with so much more ability, so many more options because of your income ratio to theirs. You know, but you shouldn't have to go to those layers that you'd go through here in the United States.
But isn't that a sense of arrogance that we kind of take into those countries?
What do you mean?
Being that, hey, we already know that we're at top. So it's like I'm bringing this sense of arrogance that I'm above you, that I'm beyond the people that are around me.
No, I think that's an error of needing therapy, you know, and that goes back to Ronan, because I feel like, yeah, you can come from the hood and you may need to hold on to some of that, but part of that whole theory or model, even before Passport Bros from Charles Tyler, is exploring your options. And for us to say that we want to explore our options in all things, not just relationships or with women, but also starting businesses, learning new cultures, learning new languages, and learning new things, for us to take that hood mentality and never evolve. Some of us are 30, 40. You're seeing men in their 50s going there fighting.
Crashing out. Yeah.
And so taking that toxic mentality abroad and not evolving, how are we going to be online talking about women and the toxicity that they bring to the family and to Black relationships when we bring in that same toxicity abroad?
You know,
it's no reason for a man making 50K, 100K, 150K or more to go to Thailand and be fighting.
I agree. Do you know what I noticed a lot, guys? I've these past couple weeks or months, I've noticed a lot of little content that has come out with Black women that have moved abroad and are doing quite well with buying properties, learning the language, teaching abroad. I was watching like House Hunters International, and there's a sister. She went to Cambodia and got a spot, and I've noticed Italy. I mean, the Black women are coming into this space, and they're really outdoing the men. They really are.
Absolutely,
they're starting to.
I've been saying this for years, that women, particularly Black women, travel better than Black men. And I had guys debate me on that.
I'm going to add this. Even their content, the stuff they're putting out there is, in production wise, is better quality than most of the male content creators.
That's because a majority of the male, we just put out TNA.
Yeah,
you know?
Ain't none of them sisters putting out no TNA. They're gonna show you something. They're not going over there.
A lot of the sisters that I've seen in the mainstream media clips are buying properties, and I was shocked by that. I was like, wow.
And get this, fellas, these women, they're going abroad to these countries. They're dating. They're having relationships with men, whether they work out or not. But
Yeah,
they're
but
not.
they're other expat men.
They're
though.
not talking about it though.
They're not local men. They're expat men. So they can't say go to Thailand and date this Irish guy. They're dating the expats, which
But-
I highly suggest, because that's what I was doing when I was living out there.
Right, but Bach is regardless of who they're dating, they're not focusing their content on that.
True.
Oh, which I absolutely
True.
agree about.
And that's why, like, for me, when I was speaking earlier, when I said, hey, listen, stop talking about you finding love overseas, because you're not finding love overseas. You finding a good time. Just keep it real. This whole thing that you going out there looking for a wife when you're not looking for a wife, you're just out there, doing what you want to do, then say that. But this whole thing about, you misleading your audience, saying that, hey, yeah, you could go out there and find a wife, but yet you show no receipts of finding that wife.
Right.
I agree. A lot of the guys I look at too that are putting out content, I always look at them in the back of my mind. I always think they have an hourglass on them, and the sand is running in that hourglass and the amount of time they're going to be in that country. And they go reset from a border run and they come back and they stay a few months and they reset again. But when I see most of them, there's really no longevity that I see there. They're going to have to come back. If they don't have their, like, some streams of income coming in, they're coming back.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't have a strong, steady stream of income coming in because YouTube is not a stable platform for steady. It's not. Because just like Ronan just said, because of something that happened, he got demonetized for a few days. I've known guys for just simple little minor mistakes, they're getting demonetized. So you can't really rely on this to be your steady stream of income when you're overseas. And the thing is, they miss out on opportunities like getting into, certifications and like in cybersecurity or IT and being a doctor or being a pilot or something like that. You go overseas, they literally give you a residency, a permanent residency over there because it's something that's needed. If you get a job over there, they'll give you a residency over there because it's so needed. But they don't want to do that. They want to just sell everything they got and just pick up and leave. And they live off their savings until they go broke. And then they're like, okay, now we got to go back to the US and do this all over again. And it's a cycle. And then soon later, that cycle is going to break and you're going to be back in the US. And what have you saved up and what have you earned? You earned nothing.
Passport Blueprint, weren't you just on a channel that was just talking about?
Yeah,
a guy named Rod was talking about how people cycle in and cycle out within 7 years of going to a country. They get burnt out in that country or whatever.
Yeah, and that's a burnout. You live through, all these guys are going through their savings just to go overseas, just to mess with the women. And next thing you know, I ran out of money. I got to go back home, get some type of a job, save up some more money to go back and do this over and over again. Going back and forth, spending money on traveling, and things are now getting more and more expensive when you go back there for a second or third time. It's a cycle, and sooner or later the cycle's got to end. And then through all this stuff, what have you missed out? What opportunities you missed from traveling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? You missed out. You missed out on saving up on a 401k, IRA, good job. You could have been banking some major bucks. Why? Because you want to go back and forth, or because of what? Traveling?
I mean, if you're going overseas and you're living affordably, you can actually be banking and paying off your debt here in the United States. So by time you do get that burnout, you should be in the greatest position back here in the States to move the way you need to move.
Very true.
I'll tell you this. I have a couple of friends who are in Costa Rica, Medellin, and Santo Domingo. These guys are making over 200K.
And they should be banking a lot of it. Yeah.
They banking a lot of their income because they rent in these countries like $300-$500. They could easily stay in a penthouse in these countries, but they chose like, you know what? I'm gonna live a modest life. and these guys are soon to be retired in their early 40s.
Exactly. That's
'Cause
what
they've
you
been-
should be doing.
And it's like, for me, I envy that. I wish I could be in that position to do that, but dude, I got kids. These guys.
I mean,
don't
there was a
have
lot
any
of
kids.
military guys that had that opportunity right after the original Gulf War. We had a lot of contractors that were allowed to go back over to Kuwait and help reestablish the country and build things. So we were getting $250,000, $300,000 a year. They put our
That's
kids
good old
in the private
days.
schools. I mean, you had a chance to stack some real money. This is the opportunity a lot of brothers are not taking advantage of. You're living cheaply overseas. You should be banking at least, if not half of your income, but 3/4 of it.
I mean,
Put that shit up.
Goal,
I mean,
though,
guys,
isn't that
you
the-
could put your. I'm sorry.
Isn't that the main goal? Is if you go over there, is to live inexpensively so that you
It
you're
should be.
longer
Yes.
doing paycheck to paycheck. If you have a solid job coming in from the from whomever, from your USD, you're getting a solid paycheck every week or bi-weekly or whatever the case may be, and you're over here making $80K a year, and everything you do, it's just like you always broke and something's always happening. You go over there and you don't need to get the 4-bedroom loft condo. Nah, man, that one.
Even if you did, it's only like $600.
No,
Right.
guys, I'm gonna share something with you. I have an apartment right now in Gaspar Hernandez. It's a brand new construction building. I'm paying $300 for 2-2
Thank
with
you.
a garage.
Yeah.
Brand new.
What
Don't say
country is
that.
that?
Was gonna be out there quick, fast, and hurry.
All right, my bad. Disregard. I ain't say that. See, I said Cabrera, some shit.
Yeah, that's
Um,
it. That's downtown San Diego, man. Someplace else.
I'm paying. I'm literally, guys. I'm 20 minutes away from the beach. 20 minutes away.
What country?
In Dominican Republic.
Oh, okay.
It's a very
There you go.
big, spacious 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a garage with a sliding security door with cameras. $300 a month.
That's cool right there.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
$300 a month.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's insane rents that you should be able to bank
But guess
whatever
what?
you were spending
But
here.
guess what? Dudes are paying over $1,000 in Sosua for a damn apartment. Dudes are paying over $1,000 in Santo Domingo because they choose not to look elsewhere outside of those zones. So guess
Yeah.
what? You want to pay them damn prices because you're a gringo.
They see you coming a mile away.
Mhm. Yeah, Rio de Janeiro's the same way. You want something in Copacabana? You expect to pay for it. Expect to pay American prices for it. You know,
It's
or
that way,
Ipanema.
And the thing is, like, for me, dude, the whole point of me traveling to these countries, and no offense to you guys, I love you. I ain't trying to be around a bunch of niggas, dog. I ain't
Nah,
trying to
I
be
don't
around
blame
y'all. I just don't want to be around y'all, man. It's like trust me.
Facts.
Wait, hold up. I love y'all. I really do love you guys. I care about you. You're my brother. We could go grab a drink. Well, I ain't trying to be next to you all day, dog. Like, the reason me going overseas is to get away from y'all. So
But
for me,
but to be honest, you want to be around like-minded people, though.
Facts.
Nah,
Not too many like-minded people. Keep
I
it
could
small.
drive to you. Okay, Drew. I could drive to see you, then I could drive away from you.
True.
So
True.
like, for me,
Ah, damn.
You know, but you know what though? What I'm finding out is that that sounds well and good, but I think when you talk about, and we've had discussions about mental health,
Right.
community means something.
It does.
You know, it means something to have someone who speaks.
But can
your
you have
language.
community long
or
distance
who
without
can-
having
Yeah,
to have
but
them right next to you?
Drew, I can have community being 1 hour away from your ass. You know, we can meet up halfway at the bar
Of
and we can
course.
sit down and have our therapy
Of
session.
course.
But I don't need to be next to you. So
Yeah,
it's
of
just like
course.
me personally, when I see a bunch of dudes like congregating in one spot all the goddamn time, like, to me, I don't know. I start itching. It's like, bro, I don't want to be around y'all like that.
Listen,
Man. It's like,
I start to get to Twitch.
you get the itch, you start twitching and shit. It's like, yo,
yo,
it's like something about to happen, man. It's like,
Wow.
Kinfolk, right? Not everybody out there is your friend. Not all skin folk is kinfolk. Not everybody
That's
out there.
very true. Not even in
That's
you, not even in your family. Your family will fuck you
Yeah.
over faster than some-
Right, so I'm not going to
There's
go
a
in there and meet Jamarquavius from Connecticut and thinking he cool when he just lining me up or whatever the case may be. I'm Gucci, man. I'm trying to do my own
I
thing.
mean, dude, I ain't trying to
Yeah.
be sized up. You easing me down and shit, like, you know me from the neighborhood. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for all that. Let me take my ass to the countryside where all the cows and goats are. and I stay out there, man. I'm good.
Give me a nice
Where I can still get a huge red snapper for $10. Like I want to be around that type of crowd where I can just go to the river, just chill, and just all right. I can still see all the beautifulness of what the country has to offer without paying that American price.
But you know what though? I mean, I feel you on that sense there, but man, I lived in, and I still have a home there, and I got a spot in like rural Hawaii, and man, I crave seeing other black people, and just being able to chop it up with some brother or some sister there.
Where
just
were you?
Be able to, what's that again?
What country was this?
No, it was in the States.
Oh,
Hawaii.
But-
You said.
Yeah, rural Hawaii.
I love Hawaii. What do you mean?
But I'm just saying, Ronan, there's parts of Hawaii that are super rural that are hardly no black folks in. And
Well,
sometimes
that
you
was
just want to
off-putting.
chop it up with them. You just want to like, hey, chop it up, talk, something like that. And I got the same sense from them. That was like, man, I rarely see us out here. And man, it was good conversation.
With us very close.
Wait, Drew, you got
I
big
don't
ass.
mind going and
They
hanging with
do.
my homies for a little bit, but I'm not trying to see y'all all day, every day.
True,
if I know I'm
true,
gonna hang with some
true, I
brothers
agree.
who to go and just kick it for an hour or two, shoot the shit, then I'm fucking gone in the woods, man. Back to my
Yeah,
spot.
yeah.
I'm going back to
Hey,
the
Drew, you got a bunch of brothers in Hawaii. You got them damn Samoans out there, bro.
That's
They
what I'm saying.
brothers.
The Samoan brothers identify with us real
Let
close.
me tell you something. Let me tell you something, guys. There are rural parts of Hawaii that they don't frequent. I'm telling you. There are some rural areas in Hawaii. You think, oh, it's an island, but man, there's some rural spread out areas that, man, I know every black person in my area. And there's like 6 of us.
Hey, that's good for property value, right? That's good for your property value, right?
Property is gonna be expensive there regardless. But I'm telling you, I know 6. I know every black
6,
person
right.
in my town. Every last one of them.
Y'all have little get-togethers.
Every now and then we'll chop it up. We'll meet up or something like that. When I'm in town, I'm back in Vegas right now.
I don't know. I just feel like, listen, the whole premise of me leaving the country is to get away from certain people. And it's not just, our people. It's just dumbass people in general. I don't care what race and creed you are. Now, granted, like in DR, I'm in the Campo area. I'm in the countryside. When I walk around, I get so many stares. People look at me. They're trying to figure out who the hell I am. They don't know I'm Haitian or whatever, so they think I'm just a big-ass gringo just walking in their little town. But now they got used to seeing me so damn much in that area. It's like, whatever. But I kind of like it, man. If I want to go into the city, I could just drive 45 minutes into the city, soak up the city life and go back to the countryside. And I'm gonna tell you this, man, I sleep good. I wake up with damn roosters fucking making that damn 5 o'clock sound. Yeah, I hear the, all the crazy madness in the countryside, but it's peace. And I think at this point in my life, at my age, I appreciate that more than being in the city.
I need a little bit of both.
Yeah, I do.
And guys, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this too. Some of the best looking women you're gonna find are always in the countryside.
Oh, I know that. But
I
need that
bro.
passport. You know how I get. You know
Hey,
I
the
get
piano is
irritated when
open.
shit-
Passport. Rob, if you want to come up, you can hit the link, bro. I don't know if you have it pinned. It's pinned in my channel. But if you want to come up, Rob, you can come up definitely.
It's just, me. I can't. I like my fast paced movie. Keep it going. Yada yada yada. I like my city life. So, but I want to be able to. I've always liked being able to just like a half hour, 45-minute drive, whatever. I'm in the city, do my thing, get my fix, and I'm back out in the country. I prefer that.
I agree. You miss your services. I'm telling you guys, you miss the convenience of things being out there in the sticks.
Stop lying. I don't. I did.
You
And
do.
I'm gonna
You
keep
do,
it
man.
funky, I used to when I lived on the West Coast, right? The town I lived in was at the time was a very small town or whatnot. It was a city, but it wasn't no big city. But every weekend I used to go up into the city, and me and the homies at the time, it was cheap. We had a fuck pad. We all had we put our money together.
Y'all had a little side place.
Nah, for real, because it was cheaper. So the rent was $600 a month for a nice little 2-bedroom. right? So and it was 4 of us, and we wasn't always all up there at the same time. So we just put our money together and just got a spot. Save our money on the hotel. So we just go up there and kick it.
Right.
Bada boom, bada bing. And it was a 2-bedroom. So if somebody else pulled up that same time, you can take the other bedroom. The last one to pull up, get the couch. It is what it is.
But I know dudes who did that in New York City, man. It was a $1.5 million pad out in New York City, right at Manhattan. It was like 6 of them. They all got together and they got it. And they call that the same thing. They would share it. Sometimes one will be in, sometimes 3, sometimes they throw a party. And every girl that went up in there, they was able to say, this is my stuff too right here. So all the women would think they rich. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you read the book, The Game. They did out in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, yeah.
I got that book.
It works, man. Yeah. So when you got dudes that are like-minded, which is why I got a little heated with Black Man Travels, man. When you got dudes that are like-minded and y'all all come together and y'all all black, y'all can do things, man. If you come together, and one of the things that a lot of women on the outside say they can't, they take us down a couple notches, is that we so easily go at each other. We like, as soon as like 5 of us in a room and one hot girl, we all start hating on each other, and that's like whack.
Yep.
And so
that's
this whack. Stuff we gotta just start, like, even like on the inside. Me and Black Man Travels, we have a problem like what he said. We'll just chop it up, going at it, bam, bam, fire it up, and then when we leave out of here, give them dap it up. It's all good. That's my peoples. Get them a drink, and it's all good. They don't need to know what's going on in the room.
I want to ask you.
Say we got real mad.
Let me
put out when we leave out that room. That's all I'm saying.
Shout out for the PayPal, $5 PayPal from Bert Ross. I appreciate you, brother. My nephew, as I call him, very proud of him. He's the guy that hangs out. If you want Phuket content, that's the brother that moves around Phuket. You don't mess around Pattaya,
great time.
Bangkok. He stays around the Russians. He stays around the Russians and the white folks. You
already know. I have a question for you. I have a question for you. What are your thoughts on the whole black male child space? Where do you think is going for the next couple of years, at least in 2025? What are your thoughts on that?
Motherfucker. Damn it.
Can I take this question?
Yeah, go for it.
I have a sinking feeling this year. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna see a terrorist event. And I think that's gonna slow down the travel of everyone. I just have this feeling that we're due for one. And one of the reasons I got this feeling, I know Passport Blueprint, he could probably chime in this, and James too, and maybe Darnell, that did you guys notice last year, and nobody really spoke about it, but that operation the Israelis ran with that the bombs and the pagers. Man, that is a game changer, man. Could you imagine 5 to 6 guys on a plane putting those pages together and blowing a hole into the side of an aircraft? Man, that scared the shit out of me, man.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay. Let's not get demonetized right now. We don't need to be suggesting anything like.
You better hope so more people ain't listening to that.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Juji, do you think the black male child space is it still worth savaging based on the past few years that's been going through all the BS that they've been going through?
I think it's worth salvaging, but I don't think it's in a decline. I'm looking at 2, 4, 6, 8 brothers on this panel, including myself, that we don't move like that. And maybe 1 or 2, like, you always put that number, 9 out of 10 people, I think we're moving well. I'm looking at guys that are moving well. These are, you guys are grown men. You know what's up. And there's a lot more grown men out there. It's just maybe the onesie twosies that are we seeing with issues. But for the most part, for the majority, man, you guys, look at James. I've seen James in Europe. I've seen him in Africa. He's been all over. I've seen, who else is on this panel? Trying to see.
Chip Globe Spinner been in Arab. He's been in Arab nations. He's been all over the place too.
Yeah,
you same thing with Passport
Blueprint been all down in Israel.
Yeah.
None of you guys running into any problems.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think the black male travel space is straight. But the content that we're seeing out there is the pookie shit, and which we're not really part of.
It just needs
Well,
it's
the
just the
problem,
loudness of all of it.
Yeah.
the problem is, if y'all don't mind,
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
when you, and this kind of goes in what Black Man Travels was saying, I could relate to him in the sense where you got the ignorance, and these are the kind of brothers that we know in the hood. They hate everybody, and especially us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they treat us worse than they treat white folks. We all know it. We all seen it. All right, they see us, they got a problem with it. We cool, white folks. You can get away with all that. But as soon as we show up proper with a suit on and speaking proper English, they want to shoot us in the face. It is like that. So if you saying you don't want to be around that, I understand it. But don't say black folks, because that includes all of us. And when people on the outside, when they see that, they go, well, what he just said is true about all y'all, and you just verified it. All right. So when they say black, when they say passport bros, now they're only talking about black men. Even the little debacle down there was going on in Kenya when they was going at the passport, me and Austin and a couple other people, it was us that they were going after, and they refused to debate me. I'm chasing them all over the internet trying to debate them, and they running from me. And there's at least 10 Kenya dudes that have been talking about it that they won't debate me. And I try to trick them in the debate, and they still won't do it because they want to just keep it there. And most of Kenya's going after them dudes, after them women that are doing that. In other words, there are people who already got a problem with us, and they're using this as an opportunity to come at you. In other words, you ever see someone that has a problem with one black folks, and they go, you know what? And you see, and they'll go, you say one black dude say something crazy. Boom, they'll go, yeah. You go, see, this is what I'm saying about black folks. No. You don't get to go after black folks because of what that dude did. How many examples do we got of people who don't look like us that have done plenty? Would you like us to relate all of y'all to that person and that person, Dylan Roof? Need I say more? We don't have that kind of foot in the game to be able to do that. So what we got to do is we got to know how to just say, okay, that dude over there did that, and we all need to come at that dude and make it about him. And when they keep trying to make it about us, we need to keep making it about him. That dude did that. I've been saying this on a lot of lives all the time, and it's a perfect last for it because all y'all sensible dudes, man. I chopped it up with y'all before, and I like the way y'all carry yourself on these lives. So y'all the perfect dudes to bring this to. All right, y'all could do a whole live, all of us on the panel. Somebody just did something stupid, and we say, no. It ain't passport bros. It's this dude we're talking about, and keep correcting them, and keep correcting them.
We have brought this up to both Aaron and not Black Man Travels, but Aaron and Passport Bro podcast, which would be Rob,
right?
That they need to denounce different actions that are going on because they're not actually being inclusive of the Passport Bros, but people like to attach that moniker to it, and that now it's the time for them to start speaking up and separating those indifferent acts from who they are as travelers and who they represent in the group as their travelers. So there needs to be a distinctive line, and each time something happens, somebody needs to come out and speak against it in those groups to say, no, this is not an action from one of us.
But the problem,
that's what I do, but I get people coming after me like wild boar, saying like, "Oh no, you the problem. Why? Because you think you better than everybody, speaking all proper and all educated and stuff." I'm like, "Oh, y'all got to jump in with me and back me up on that." Like, hold up, wait a minute, nah. And you won't be. It's not like you backing me. You backing the status quo. There's a reason why the skinny little weird looking snot, white dude can get seen as attractive. It's because media, TV, television, and all that made them attractive. They said, look, no, push it in everybody's face. This is attractive. All right. When you go on Google and start Googling up all titles that are considered attractive, like the cowboy, the savior, the hero, the Hallmark husband that they fall in love with on Christmas and everything, none of our faces are going to pop up. That's how fragile our images are. So when this little thing that happens, that's why it hits us so hard, because we don't have anything else to bounce back on.
Well, to be honest,
and to tell you the truth, is the caveat of what he just said, they will go after you. I had one dude or because we kind of denounced the whole pay for play stuff. I mean, you want to do it, fine, but don't put it on social media. We had dudes coming after us, and one came after me and tried to get me fired from my job.
What?
That's off the wall.
What?
That's off the wall.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Now you can counter still for that, by the way.
Hold up. And that's why I block these motherfuckers, man. I don't got time. It's like, you got these guys that come into your live stream that just want to talk shit because their life is so miserable that they're gonna do anything they can to take you off of your own square.
Yeah,
So
but
that's why.
Oh no, he's running scared right now because basically I have enough evidence right now because he basically sent that thing. He impersonated a federal agent.
Oh, whoa!
On top of that,
I'm a federal employee. I know what happens to you.
Yeah,
you go away.
I used to work for the feds too, and basically he's kind of running scared right now. He ain't messing with me now because basically I got him in a little corner right now. And he's a little scared because I think he's starting to understand that, well, because of my career profession and the skill sets that I know, I can screw his life up.
You probably should. I mean, when someone I'm one of them dudes that say, if you poke me in my eye and take my eye out, I take both of yours. So if someone hits you hard and if they had succeeded, they would have messed your life up. And if you could legally do it and mess their life up, go ahead and do it. You make an example out of them. Maybe you might prevent another brother from having to deal with that. So if you got what it takes to destroy this dude, go ahead and destroy him. And if he's falling on complete 100% L, give him a little wolf ticket and get yourself back up. Maybe you learned your lesson.
A content creator, or is this a troll in the chat?
Probably
which one?
Another content creator.
Oh, it's a content creator.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Who are we talking
That's
about?
even worse.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the star guy?
Nope.
We're talking about somebody else?
Yep.
I mean, my thing is this, in regards to the Passport Bros, again, look, I know the history behind it. I was there from the beginning. I was there to watch the whole entire thing get set up and launch. And I always said this: protect your brand. I'm a marketing specialist, man. Once you build that brand equity, you need to protect it at all costs. If you do anything stupid around Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Nike, guess what? They sue your ass. They send a letter of deceit, of letters of I forgot the letter of something.
Cease and desist.
Yeah, they send that to your ass. If you don't stop, they sue you. You guys got to take better control in how you tell your story, man. You just letting anybody just claim that shit just for views. And it's like, I'm a type of person, if this is my brand, I will jump on your damn content and talk shit to you like, hey, bro, stop claiming us. You're not one of us. Because I have a lot of mongers claiming to be Passport Bros when they're not Passport Bros.
Yeah. Did y'all see the dude out in Kenya that was calling Kenyan women monkeys and saying they need him because he's a rich, wealthy American and saying he's a Passport Bro?
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. This is the dude. We keep trying to separate himself. And the thing about it is, when she came at us, she was actually using language that was spoken by him, but she kept mentioning me, Austin, and Troy, and Bobby. You know what I'm saying? Mainly me and Troy and Austin. You know what I'm saying? But none of us said anything remotely like that. Y'all saw my video. Y'all saw what I said about Kenya. And I 100% back. That was positive stuff. And then she came back and said, Kenyan women ain't really liking you because of that. It's your money. Well, basically, she just said that Kenyan women are hoes. That's why they don't want to debate me, because they can't get away from that. But that dude right there is a prime example of, if you don't gatekeep something that's good, you're gonna get these dudes that'll come out. He's got to basically what's going on in his world right now. He don't mind people saying like that because he feels like y'all the ones who worrying about your image. I don't care what anybody think of me. When you got dudes like that.
Well, James, with that brother James, what do you think his longevity is in this space though? I don't see him with any longevity to be.
Nah, you gotta understand, Kenyan dudes don't play that. They think before they punch you in the face. But he basically became a racist white dude. They don't even They're looking past that skin he got, man.
But wasn't that dude? I heard that dude was an African brother that grew up in
He
the nation.
is. He's not even African American.
Right,
And the
right.
Kenyan women heard it, and I couldn't hear it. They heard it. They heard it. They were listening to him speak. I was like, wait a minute. I think he's either Nigerian or Kenyan. Because if there's one accent Kenyan women know more than anyone, it's the Nigerian accent. I don't care how hard you try, they can hear it.
Right.
So they
But
knew.
that's the same point that Kunal was talking about, is that everybody's jumping on the Passport Bro brand. You got brothers, you got people in Europe, you got people in Australia.
Oh, you got white guys.
You got
Matter of fact, the
Chinese
white
guys.
guy the rich white guy that has the Filipina, that the whole issue is going on with him. They call him a passport bro.
If you do something bad, they'll call you a passport bro. That's the problem. When you do something good, they don't say nothing. You know how many dudes you see walking around Pattaya with nice looking Thai women taking good care of them?
Well, that's why I don't like large groups. I noticed the same thing started happening on, rest in peace to Charles Tyler, and I was a part of that group, and I noticed the same thing. There is that eventually what was going to happen was you're going to have people, the wrong kind of people, infiltrate. And when that happens, especially if you don't do a good job of policing yourselves, you're going to have the wrong people infiltrate, and everyone's going to be so quick to tie you to that. Especially, you got to understand, this is a real sensitive topic, and with Passport Bros, not that I'm saying that this is what's really going on with Passport Bros, but they are synonymous with attacking black women. That's the accusation. I'm just saying that's the accusation.
Yeah,
is that they're synonymous with.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daniel. It's almost like the State of the Union needed to be addressed, and because I think
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
It's almost like a State of the Union need to be addressed between all the content creators or the Passport Bros. They need to address these issues because, like you said, you have women, you have haters from other countries jumping on this trend, this Passport Bro trend, and they're all attacking us. And it's almost like that strategy in the 60s and the 70s when you had people infiltrating the Black Panthers, infiltrating the Muslims with Malcolm X. And so you had people infiltrating to try to make us be at war with each other. You know what I'm saying? And they're kind of, we're proving it just by looking at the Thailand mess and the stuff that happened, I think, on the beaches in DR. We almost proven them right, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, you guys remember that guy, that crazy guy, Elliot Rogers, by chance? Anybody?
No, I don't remember that story.
Spark our memory here,
So Elliot Rogers was this, he wasn't a Passport Bro, but he was a guy, this is when the manosphere was in its kind of like infancy. It was kind of like message boards, and it was kind of just starting on YouTube and stuff. And this guy, he was struggling with women and stuff like that. And guy was going to the gym. He was trying that looks maxing thing, and he was trying everything. Bought an expensive car, nothing was working, and dude went crazy. And I'm trying to choose my words carefully, but he unalived, a few women and himself. And the thing is, when the police investigated, he's part of this manosphere, and that's how the manosphere had gotten hey, all these guys are misogynistic and promote violence against women. It was really one guy went crazy, and I mean, I unfortunately that's just what's going to happen. They're going, as soon as one person, it's like being in the military, as soon as one person screws up, we all screwed up.
One for all and all for one.
Mass punishment.
You remember that case up in Japan, right?
Yep,
tell you something y'all don't know about.
the Navy guy. Yeah,
The
I
Navy
remember.
guy. Remember that they only focused on the black dude, right?
Yep.
And it was 2 white dudes and 1 black dude. It turns out that was their main focus, and they focused all on the black dude. It turns out that there were 2 other cases of Marines that did exactly similar to that, and they were white. They didn't make no incident, but as soon as they saw it was a black dude, and people in Japan actually agreed to this. As soon as they saw it was a black dude, that's when they made a big deal about it. Now, if you talk about this in Japan, they're familiar with it, and they say, yeah, that is true, that they did make it a big deal only when a black guy came up. So Japanese people, that's one Asian, I don't know if y'all know, but they having this conversation in Japan. You talk to some real ones in Japan, and they agree with this BS. You know what I'm saying? And you're welcomed out in Japan. We welcome out in Japan. Don't be no knucklehead, but they're fully aware of what we're talking about. Fully aware.
And
Well, to be honest,
and just to caveat what Darnell has said, when I was doing my studies for my master's on terrorism and stuff, I have found in academia libraries papers on red pillars associated with terrorism.
mhm.
That's how serious this is getting.
Wow. And the thing about it is, there is science to back up that a man who goes throughout life getting rejected, that he is capable of becoming a mass shooter, etc., especially the other ones. And they said that if there's a pattern that we should be put on some kind of a watch list. This conversation is happening.
Let me ask you guys a question, and this is towards everybody. You guys can answer this. Do you think red pill plays in a role when it comes to traveling?
Absolutely.
Yes.
How so?
I'm gonna have to say yes. Yeah, the language is the same.
Yeah, everything started from they call it was called MGTOW. The precursor was called MGTOW, which stood for men going their own way. That's where that was like the giant umbrella. You had passport bros, so you had the men that were going overseas. You had red pill guys.
Right.
Was that
you had,
too?
That's why you had to ask why
Yeah.
Save Yourself Black Man.
Yeah, and you needed that because a lot of the MGTOW movements were racist toward black men, especially on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They were
very, 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 very racist. MAGA is the root of.
And that's why I never understood when black men claimed that MGTOW. Black men been on MGTOW from the beginning. I think we started MGTOW a long time ago due to
the
government
foundation of it, what it's about. Yeah, I agree.
So when I like for me, I used to follow the whole MGTOW movement back that was like 7, 8 years ago, 10 years ago,
something like that.
Yeah, and it's just like at first I kind of believed in it. Then once I started getting into the community, I realized how much of these dudes was just sorry ass men that hated black men, and they hated to see a black man with one of their women. Woo! I'm like, wow. So this is what this movement is about. But I was able to walk away with some key principles. But still, I had to dissociate myself from that.
I had a similar experience, but it wasn't necessarily MGTOW. It was the Cuba. Anybody remember Cuba Dave? And there used to be this blog. I used to be a part of this newsletter. I used to read it and stuff like that, read all the posts and stuff. And I noticed the same thing at first. When I first joined them, they were raving about Brazil. And then, there was some new guys that asked, hey, man, what about, so, no one's talking about Brazil anymore. Everybody done moved to DR. And somebody said that's because all the N words, they're taking over Brazil. They were blaming us for the inflation. They were blaming us, for everything. So they actually went to DR. Black folks start following the DR. Man, they were getting pissed. They were like, man, we need to keep this quiet and all this other stuff. We got to stop these.
Who is they? Like, let's call out these fools. Who's the they that
he said drop some names?
Yeah, call them out.
Was this a part of Cuba Dave's?
I know who said it. So I'm wondering if you know who said it.
It's been years, but if you go to Costa Rica, I could go in my email and take a look. But Costa Rica Tica.
It was the Black Man Option members, the Black Man Option group. that was gatekeeping fucking
Uh,
Brazil.
Yeah, you hate them. I
I
know
don't, I
you
don't,
already
I
hate
don't
them.
care for their asses, man. Listen, man, these black man option group members, they were gatekeeping in Brazil. No, they were gatekeeping Rio because that's all they knew. They knew nothing else about Brazil but Rio, and
Yeah.
they purposely will try to downplay and prevent sharing information because they didn't want the so-called country. Fucking Brazil is fucking huge to get ruined by other brothers.
Is that splinter group that
That's
gave
why I
us shit
think
when we was
Brazil
in
could never
Brazil?
be ruined. It's too big.
Well, that's the splinter. Black Man's
Brazil-
Options actually has the Charles Tyler fund. They have the actual the nonprofit organization for Charles Tyler's name. So they're the ones that have taken over the Charles Tyler situation in Brazil once he passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I tried to kind of, I kept my mouth shut. I was part of the group. I used to read the message boards, the posts and stuff. I rarely comment. It wasn't until 2015 I got into it with somebody back in 2015. Some pookie from Minnesota. Talking about basically to me he was pulling a J Rello before J Rello. This is 2015. Guy wanted to make the group a pay site, and wanted us to all send money every month. And the plan, his plan was to we're gonna send a black man to Brazil. These women are waiting on us and this and that. And I was like, man, that is stupid. First of all, they're not gonna line up. These women are not gonna line up just because you're a black man. And there was this rumor circulating that, oh, I'm a black man, I'm gonna go down there and they're gonna throw themselves. That was bullshit.
That was like that Japan rumor.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
when
mean,
black men come out here and impregnate Japanese women. Yeah, right.
Y'all know
dude,
about that little light skinned dude that got the STD and was someone I'm still gonna keep going, still gonna keep trying to have a bunch of babies. Y'all know about that dude?
he's
Yeah.
still gonna be out there.
He went to
Yeah,
the Philippines. I think he went to the
Yeah.
Philippines after that.
yeah. Somebody got to stop that dude.
Who?
He's a young
Somebody got to stop him.
dude. One.
Oh,
But
that young
see-
kid. Yeah, the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I figured they'd throw his ass out the country by now.
I
didn't
think
think
he's
we'd
already
have to.
left though.
I don't think they're
he's
aware of
already
his
left.
content. I don't think he's there anymore. He's not in Japan. I don't think he's in the Philippines.
Yeah.
He's somewhere else already. I think he started dating some prison chicks. So he's back in the States doing something stupid again.
Yeah, and see that's where I get to the whole longevity thing. That dude ain't got no longevity. He's not gonna stay in the country long. He's not gonna be there long. He's making his content. He's getting out. He'll be back in Atlanta or wherever he's from, and you'll see probably a smattering of his content here and there, and he'll travel somewhere else. That there's no longevity in that, man.
Mm-mm.
I just
Nah,
want
Just
none of
I since
this
we
dude,
no go ahead.
imagine this dude like figuring out a way to get with a popular girl in a foreign country and giving her that
the guy that talked about Poland was an asshole for him to even say those things.
Yeah.
But for him to say that, like trying to put us all in one bucket, like we're not desired in Europe, it's like, bro, who the fuck you are? You can't speak on behalf of us. Like based on what I've seen history wise and my experience in Europe, we're good.
Oh
There
yeah.
is a decline though.
So, I mean, the thing is, like, here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, you got to take care of yourself, be presentable, be respectful. If you go there with this arrogance thing, like you more than what you are, you're not making any effort to learn the language, learn the culture, or try to assimilate, then yeah. But if you go there with an open mind and you dare to like really enjoy yourself and not make women your top priority, like you dare to have fun, meeting women or not, you're gonna have a good time no matter what the situation is. I think you'll be okay. I think when you make meeting a woman your only priority and why you're in that country, that makes you a loser. That's my take on it, because my thing is like with all the things that's being offered in that country, you not even doing those things. You just strictly about, okay, I gotta go meet a woman. It's like, dude, relax. Because trust me, a guy that's known about getting is known to get women, he don't make that a priority. He goes out and have a great time and let the shit flow by itself. That's just my take on it, man. When I see guys try to make this, make meeting women their only priority and why they're traveling, they're not going to meet the quality of women that they so-called going to meet. Like I never made.
Yeah, but if you're motivated by that, and as a result, you better yourself, or you go where you're a little more appreciated. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. I can't knock that, because there's some people who tried everything and they just tap out.
I've been in certain countries where women were not so-called considered desirable, but I went there and had a great time. And I'm
talking about there's some people who tapped out and they go somewhere for like a 2 weeks, and the women that they've always wanted are all up in their face, and they really, really like them. And dude to say, you know what? I'm gonna plant my flag over there. That's a passport, bro. Nothing wrong with that. I can't knock that. I don't think anybody should.
I just feel that, listen, man,
white boys do it.
This is my take. Not every country's gonna feel for, not every country's gonna have this fascination for the black man. It's what it is. As much as social media try to push this shit down our throat, like, hey, especially with these cringy ass interviews, do you like a black man? They're like, really? Why the fuck you asking?
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's like cringy as hell. Like,
I'm not with that.
like to me, that tells me you don't. That tells me you don't go out. You don't talk to people. It's like, bro, one thing about being in marketing and sales, we know when to talk. We know how to play the game. Like for me, it's an on and off switch for me. Okay, it's time for me to play my game. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. If it's time for me to be sociable, I'm gonna be sociable. And guess what? I could be nice and genuine to somebody without expecting nothing in return. And I go to these countries with that same mindset. Like, hey, listen, I'm here to have fun. And by me having that mindset, guess what? I'm clapping cheeks. Just like that.
Hey, do you think that it's easy to get into this mindset you're talking about?
Depends on the person.
Yeah, it depends on the person, man.
Let me put it this way. I'm an advocate for PTSD and a lot of brothers that have toxic ways and they need therapy. So a lot of brothers need to do some work even before traveling.
Yeah.
And also too, I think age has something to do with it too, and I say that because as I get older, I look back in the past and I'm like, man, was I a dumbass and shit, and so age has something to do with it. Because I'll be honest with you, I was guilty of doing a lot of the shit that we're talking about,
Right.
Being younger. I mean, hell, I bought a freaking car I couldn't afford, trying to impress women. That was the dumbest thing I could have ever done.
I'm going to give you a little pushback on that, Darnell, because a lot of the people I'm coming up against on these trips and stuff are in our age group, older, and they're acting stupid. And so it's not the young guys that are doing it. At least some of the young guys are listening to it, but they don't have any guidance, because you got older people, the older generation, doing the same dumb stuff because they're going through their midlife crisis, divorcees with other issues, and they figuring, well, let me go to Brazil, or let me go to Colombia, or let me go to DR to solve all these things, and try to live out their youth.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the problems coming in, and that's just it's just, and like I said, the young guys don't have that guidance.
I mean, okay, guys, this is my thing, right? I don't go to like even here within the United States. I don't go to every city thinking that I have access to all the women there. Dude, I fuck with the women that likes me. That's it. So when you go to when you go to those countries, you don't need the whole entire country to like your ass. You just need one person. One person.
Facts.
So this whole mindset that hey, you got to have all these women flocking to you is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like for me, dude, I went to London of all places. I was there for about a week for work, man. I went out by myself every time. I was meeting people all the time. I was just being genuine, nice, approachable, smiling. Those little things stuff count. And guess what? I was not entitled to think that I deserve your number or deserve your attention. No.
Right.
And by me being a cool, relaxed dude, not pressing, I was getting ass. Just being low key.
Yeah, but London's one of those cities, though. It's one of those cities that actually like us, or the UK.
I mean, dude, I think honestly, every country.
There's a lot of countries that like us.
A lot of
Manchester,
I'm gonna say this, guys. Understand this as okay. I'm not African. I'm Haitian American, but as an African American, you are considered interesting all over the globe. Is what it is. You guys set the tone, the culture, the American culture, from hip hop, fashion, the swag. You guys have that. And guess what? People would like to see one in person. Dude, when I was in Thailand, I was in Chiang Mai area. I was like the only black dude out there. But guess what? Was it hard for me to meet people? No. People are curious. Now, if you're very standoffish, antisocial, can't keep a conversation, yeah, all those things will easily turn off an American, better yet, a foreigner. So people don't take that stuff into consideration, man. It's like, yeah, work on yourself, man. You know what? Hey, listen, you go to a new country, do some research, learn a couple of word phrases you can use to start a conversation. Make yourself interesting. Don't look like a goddamn robot. So it's just like those things are extremely important to draw attention to you. At the end of the day, dude, I don't expect every person to like me. I do not expect that. But guess what? It's always one person. One person is gonna like you. You're gonna like that person. You guys gonna connect.
Right.
The only thing, Black Man Travels, like I just don't like to stick out, and it might be the training I received, but like I dress basic as hell. I'm talking like khakis and polo shirt, my 5'11" khakis. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna stand out, Darnell. You're gonna stand out. Is what it is.
I know I'm going to stand out, but I do the best I can to blend in. I guess it's just how I was taught.
Darnell, if you're somewhere in Asia or somewhere in Europe, you're not going to blend in.
Asia, you're right. You ain't going to blend in.
The only places you're going to blend in is black-oriented countries. That's it. If you're
go ahead.
You might be able to get away with DR. He can get away with DR. He can get away with it in DR.
Yeah. These are black-oriented countries. As much as DR don't want to accept what they are, but it's still a black-oriented country. Puerto Rico is a black-oriented country.
Absolutely.
Now, once you go to Eastern Europe, you're going to stand out. If you go to Western Europe, you're going to stand out. You go to Asia, you're going to stand out.
D Ward, yeah. You black.
I mean, yeah, but you got to remember they got black immigrants in Europe now. You got blacks in Germany.
You got blacks in Russia if you really want to go through the history, because right after World War II, a lot of brothers went over.
But let's just keep it a buck here. Black Americans, African Americans, or whatever preference you guys prefer to be called, you guys stand out because of certain attitude, a certain swag that you guys have naturally.
Yeah.
Caribbean men walk and act a certain way. African men act and walk a certain way. African Americans do the same. So you guys stand out because there's a certain energy about yourself that makes you stand out. So if I were to see you somewhere in Europe, I will look at you. I know now this dude ain't African.
Not the way we talk. Not the way we talk. No.
No,
I'll tell you
sometimes
right
we can
now.
just look.
We don't bow down
You know what?
to
Okay, hold on. A perfect person.
society.
You already know. You were in Africa. Would you say that you blend in with the people, or you kind of still somewhat stood out subtly?
I still stuck out subtly. I mean, sometimes I was successful in blending in. Usually, if I was with my white coworkers, it was harder to blend in. But if I was by myself, it was a little bit easier.
Okay, and you already
James
know,
was just
James.
there. So, James, how
hold
are
on,
you?
James. What about you?
Yeah. So out in Nairobi, Nairobian women can very, 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 very easily tell that the brothers are from the U.S. The slightest movement of everything, just everything. They're picking up on all. I had a conversation with them. I was loving the women out there, and they said they can tell very quickly. It's not hard for them at all, and they're not going to tell you that. They're just going to start talking to you. However, they'll mess with you. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh, I thought you were from Nigeria or something like that," just to check you, just to see how just to jousting you up a bit. But they know you ain't from Nigeria.
I'll say this, guys. I was in South Africa. I went to Durban. I walked into a bar, saw some girls sitting at a table. You know, I just saw them. I went straight to the bar, grab a drink. One of the girls came up to me and they asked me, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like they know that I was not. They knew that I was not South African.
Yeah, because you walk in a room, you kind of own it.
And
African men don't do that.
and they then from there she waited for me to speak. Then she said, "Are you from the West?" I'm like, "God damn." You know, I'm thinking I could blend in because you know, guess what? I'm in Africa. I could blend in. They knew instantly, like, "Nah, you're not from here." And she said that your
Nope.
skin. She said, "Oh, your skin, your teeth, all that matters." They look at they look at all those things.
Yeah. Like I can sometimes, like a few times when I went to Nairobi for vacation, a few times, you know, I got mistaken for Ethiopian. So
That
I mean,
sounds about right with you, Darnell. That sounds
yeah,
just about right.
yeah, you know, kind of on the skinny side, light skin, you know. So yeah.
You guys are lucky. I get mistaken for being Moroccan.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Nah, but it's all good. No, I see.
Yeah, out here in Thailand too. You know, there's a certain blending in factor too, and everyone looks at black men the same out there, and everyone assumes that when they see a black man out here, we out here just
His bags are packed, man. He ready.
Bruh, I just told you, your daddy is your problem. Your daddy, your problem, not mine.
When do you plan on being out there? Is it
I just tried to break my lease, and they're trying to put another $3K on me, so I gotta wait until the end of my lease, which is April now.
oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I want you to document that. I
that's
want to see
going
that.
down. That's the whole part of the content.
Yeah.
For the travel side, panel stuff is one thing, but yeah, the whole transition from living in America to 100% living overseas, kind of like what James is doing. You know what I'm saying? Low key. I'm putting all this stuff in storage. I'm taking my computer equipment that I have. That's going all in one carry-on Pelican container, and that's going on the plane with me.
Ronan, let me ask you, why not sell your stuff?
Because I'm coming back.
100%.
I'm 100%. I'll be back in about 2 or 3 years, and I'm building a house in Texas too.
I don't know. You ever look into what you could get like for? I don't know. I felt like I'm trying to be your pops, but I'm just saying. It just seems like because I'm always every time I move, I sell all my stuff, and it works out real good for me.
I mean, I have to look at what storage is costing, but I already plan on downsizing, so everything that I'm going to have will fit into a small storage unit. You know what
just
I mean?
look into
I'm not going to spend no $300-400 on a storage unit while I'm gone.
Yeah, because storage units
that's a whole other fucking bill.
They do get raided because sometimes they crack open the wrong ones.
Mm-hmm.
That happened to my cousin, and they hit him up, and it was so hard for him to get his money's worth because there was no list. I mean, you could do your own list. I mean, you smart man. I'm pretty sure you could do that.
A lot of the stuff you buy, it depreciates so quickly. You're never going to get
right.
the true value back out of it right after you take it out the box. Even if I had
the pretty good.
Box, I mean, you can barter so much, but then electronics is dirt cheap here in America.
Yes, those are facts.
So, even the size of the TVs that I have, a 75-inch in the front room. This one's a 50-something inch. Another one in the bedroom. Those will go for pennies on the dollar. Used. So,
if I get back to the U.S., I'm buying all kinds of stuff, especially TVs, man. Yeah, you can make out well if you buy a used TV from somebody. There's so many people selling their good
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying. It's so many used TVs online that it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's just one more item.
Even in the pawn shop,
I was going to apply for the SSR. I was going to apply for the SRV while I'm there. If I did decide to stay, I could ship up to $7,000 worth of stuff from America to the Philippines.
How about banking wise? Have you already?
Oh, there's a Navy Fed right there in Manila.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
There's a Navy Fed right there in Manila at the
that's
VA.
cool.
So I got a Navy Fed account
and a VA, man,
and the VA right there. So
and Rona, you 100, right?
I'm 100. Yeah, 100 permanent.
Yeah. So for my connections allow me to get some good medical treatment there, man. That's why I'm really thinking about the Philippines next.
Well, I mean, you can get like I said, the SRV is low requirement to get their permanent resident visa, $1,500 in the bank. That's it, in an income. That's all.
Man, that ain't
Ronan,
nothing.
I thought you were not going to Manila. I thought you were going somewhere in the province.
I'm going to a province on Luzon, which is where Manila is.
Okay.
And the province where I'm going actually has its own airport. So I can fly out of Cebu, I can fly out of Manila right into her town.
Okay.
In and out of Japan anytime you want. No big deal.
So
Mac flighting.
Whatever, right?
Mac flighting.
Well, what I want to do is do Guam a couple times since right there.
Oh, yeah.
Hop to Guam.
No one talks about Guam.
Territory.
I heard about it.
Be quiet about Guam.
Give them the floor. Let them talk about it. Give them the floor.
No-fly zone. Guam is like Hawaii. Literally, if you go to Guam, it looks like Hawaii.
Yeah.
It even
Guam
has
is just a lot smaller.
Like the Hawaiian islands have the sunken naval ships that were got bombed by Japan. There's sunken ship memorials there on the Guam island.
Yeah.
So when you go into the harbor, it looks exactly
Guam is
like
super
Hawaii.
small, brothers. It's super small.
Super cheap.
33 miles wide, 33 miles long, 8 miles wide.
Alcohol is even cheaper. I used to have a Guamanian that was in my unit. His name was Kamal. He could drink. Well, we call them Guamanians. He was okay with that. But
man.
he could drink his ass off. I'm like, how the fuck can you drink so much? God damn. We got there and fucking alcohol is dirt cheap there, bro. American alcohol is cheap.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Guam is okay, but I think that well, you gotta another thing to realize, James. I know you're familiar with like Japan, Okinawa, and all that.
Yeah.
That the Marines are
what do you
now
say
in
about it,
Guam.
Ozzy? Yeah, the Marines always go to Guam.
No,
That's how I
but
know
they
that.
are based there now.
Yeah, there's
They
a naval
opened up a
base there.
base.
There's
No,
a
not a
naval
naval
base.
base. Not a naval base. The Marine Corps has a base there now. It's called Camp Bass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
brand
it's
new.
not too far. Yeah, it's not too far out of it. I mean, the Philippines is about to add 2 more bases back.
Yeah,
Hey, Roman.
Marine Corps.
Subic Bay.
Marine Corps is out of Okinawa now. They're in Guam.
Okay.
Are y'all like me? Do y'all like the idea of going to a foreign country and being close proximity to a nice big military base?
I
Do
love
y'all like that idea?
I love
love
the
it.
idea. I can still go
Yeah.
to the PX.
Okay, I
and
thought I was the only one. I thought I
love
was.
it.
why wouldn't I want to
I
take
felt-
advantage of all the American items that I can get for free without having to pay import tax?
Yeah.
Ramstein.
All I have to do is
Okinawa
go
was
on
out of the
Google.
question. I
Think
can't
about
do
it.
an island like
If
that.
you go
That's
if you go to any mall in the Philippines, you would have to pay an import tax because electronics cost more to get there. If you go to a base, you don't pay no import tax.
sea bass and salmon, or just salmon?
Salmon more so than I do sea bass because sea bass is hard to get where I'm at.
Yeah. Now, do you buy, like, if you say 2 pound, a 1 pounder or a 2 pounder, what is that going to cost you where you at?
I'm like $2 a pound.
Yeah.
$14.
Okay.
Why is it running? What's it running there?
I got a half a pounder, and it was $30.
Oh well, you got to. If it's Alaskan and you're way overseas, where are you at right now? Thailand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue. They don't have salmon over there.
Yeah.
You gotta get. We got to get like milkfish or something like that. That's local to you.
My problem is I was born in Connecticut and lived in Seattle for a very long time.
I get it. Yeah, you love salmon. You love salmon.
Yeah.
I've been spoiled.
Probably been salmon fishing.
I mean, I go to the fish market, go out the pike, and I go there with a book bag. And
oh yeah, the fish market on Pike. Yeah.
And I think you're from the East Coast. Didn't you say something about being from Baltimore or something?
I'm from Connecticut, so I've been spoiled with it. Like up in both.
Well, I mean, I've always gotten stuff out of Chesapeake Bay, so I've been a seafood lover all my life.
You and me
that's
both.
A Maryland thing, blue crab, all that shit. So yeah, a lot of people don't know how to cook seafood. Now on the west coast is Seattle. A lot of people love. The
prices are better in Seattle than Connecticut. Connecticut is rich and uppity anyway, so.
Yeah,
of course.
Even the Denver were uppity, man. I didn't grow up in no violent hood with people. I didn't grow up in no hood like that.
But the thing is, like, I'm in Phoenix. We're landlocked, and like I'm paying like $13 a pound for salmon, and you're on the coast, and you're paying twice. Actually, more than twice as much as me.
Ooh.
He said you paid $30 for a half pound.
He's in Thailand. He's in Thailand, so it has to be imported.
Oh.
Inflation has gone up since I've been home. I ain't been home in a while. I don't know what the price is for a 2-pound salmon it costs in Seattle right now. I have no idea.
Well, like I said, I'm landlocked, so everything here is imported. Seafood is definitely imported, and I'm paying, like I said, about $13 a pound.
Yeah, I seen that episode, Juji, where it was messing with the Ozempic.
But you also know that Alaska is even better than Seattle. I mean, that's 100.
Oh yeah.
That's even better. But if you could be sitting at Pike, and the price can change in real time. Like while you're there, you sit there, and that's what the price is, and they'll change the price right there and there. That's just how these boating things. That's how it happens. Right there and right in front of you, the price can change.
Oh yeah, the fish market. Yeah.
Yes, it can, and people know that's just what it is, and that's why they say early catch is the best. You get out there early with your big old bag, sitting out there at Pike's Market, waiting for that fish. As soon as what you got come in, buy, dump. You get your fish, hunt up, and be on your way. That's how you do it.
In the Dominican Republic, that's what we do. We get our fish early in the morning.
First thing in the morning. Yeah, right
First
after it comes.
You don't wait until midday. We don't go to the grocery store. We go straight to the places where they go grab the fish
right to the port.
Off the ocean, and we get it. And
fresh.
We get some of the
still
biggest,
tastes like the ocean.
Exactly. We get the biggest guys. Let me tell you this: we get the biggest snapper, paying a fraction of the cost what you pay at the store.
Oh yeah.
But do you have to gut it and clean it though?
Who cares? Here's the thing. They can do it right there, but who cares?
I mean,
right.
See, that's the thing. This is when you get a girl that can do it for you.
I had one. I did.
That's a shame, Darnell. If you scared to clean a fish, but his woman isn't, that's a shame, Darnell.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just saying. It's one of those things. It's time consuming. Not about scared.
Cleaning and gutting a fish is a process, but again, if you got the right one, dude, you can watch she's doing that
motherfucker, clean it, and all the fucking the bones out of it and everything quickly. Done.
Yo, and the thing is, like in DR, man, what the thing I love about DR, like when you get those fish, they're like they have local fish fryer place right there. They'll gut it for you. They'll gut it for you, and they'll cook it for you.
Right. Yep.
And so you just sitting there drinking some Presidentes. Then once it's still ready to go, you take the bag, you take it home and eat it.
Go home, yeah.
Or better yet, you can stay on the beach and eat it.
Yeah.
And that's breakfast.
I love it.
Breakfast. You haven't.
But you definitely got to be there in the morning because their food control is not the same. You get there in the morning. They ain't like they got big refrigerators and ice laying around. You know, these are hot countries, so imagine that.
Yeah, so I always tell guys like the amount of money guys will pay for a snapper in Sasua, I'm paying a fraction of that cost in the countryside. And I'm handpicking the fish that I want to eat. So I could pick a 3-pounder snapper and eat it with rice and beans and some sweet plantains, and I'm good. And I have leftovers. I'm still paying a fraction of the cost what the dude will pay in Sasua.
But you never paid to have it skinned and deboned? I know you have at least a few times.
No, I mean, honest. Well, if I pick the fish to get cooked there at that spot, I had them do all that for me. But
there's markets next to the Pike place to do that. I didn't mean to cut you out. Just saying, like there's a lot of little places right next to Pike, toward the right. They do that. They'll tell you. You bring it to them, and they'll debone it, skin it, cook it, put it in your bag, and send you on your way. Yeah. And
the thing is, like you just buy the size, maybe buy some rice and beans, some plantains, some salad. You buy it and you pay for it. And the thing is, dude, you're still paying.
like that because I care about what we were talking about, the whole image thing. I'm not going to let you see me beating up a local in a foreign country unless I'm just 100% threatened. But when I talk to a lot of the police, they've treated me with the utmost respect. Buddy me talking about my tats and everything. So there was that. And there were plenty of Australians that really, you could see it in their eyes. They're kind eyes. Y'all, we grown. Y'all know what kind eyes mean. Mm-hmm. I saw kind eyes out there. And I told them
women love us. Australian women love us. That's why Australian men don't.
Yeah. But I got to say, I wasn't really getting a lot of love in Brisbane, but I did get some. I
heard Brisbane's the worst. I heard Melbourne.
It is the worst for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard Melbourne and Perth are much better.
Yo, Melbourne and Perth are 100% better.
Based on my research,
Perth, you might get married because they love.
Thanks, Roland. Preach.
Yeah. They have
Preach.
they have adopt a Marine, adopt a sailor. You're there for usually about a week and a half when you pull in the port, and they have about 10 families that come and either adopt sailors or Marines to take them back to their ranches or whatever. It's all wealthy individual families. The ploy is to get these guys to fall in love with their daughters, so they have mates or husbands that are American, because they don't like the Australian men. So usually these guys get hooked up and they wind up getting married because these women are beautiful.
Yes. It's not dead. If you go to Brisbane, you would think, oh man, it's all dead out here. They don't like us anymore. And I was getting ignored. And, but checking the fact, he went to the Gold Coast, which is definitely better than Brisbane. And he had a good experience. We talked about it, and I got to say, man, he had a good experience. But checking effect is not normal. That is not, I told him, I said, you are not a normal brother walking around. He said, yeah, that, there's some truth in that, but I was still getting it from people who definitely didn't know who I was. And I said, but I'm just talking about his energy, his height, what I'm saying, the way he carry himself. Checking effect is a solid dude, man. That's a solid dude right there. I mean, when you meet him, you can say, I see why you got 400 or well over almost 500 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? How you do, how you carry yourself, the way you feel, what he talks about, how he moves about. And when he, you know what I'm saying? So you can see it. But at the same time, still, it was better than Brisbane. So Midlife is nice out there. But there's a lot of African brothers out there, you know what I'm saying? And they will hate on you in the club if there was a really banging Australian woman who's showing black men love. They'll give you a little hate, but it won't be too crazy. Like Frankfurt, Africans out in Frankfurt, man, they do hate on you harder.
You know what? I was surprised that it was that many Africans in Australia. Like looking at Checking Effect content on Australia, because I'm planning to go there in 2026. I'm going to Melbourne and Sydney. I was surprised. There's a shitload of Africans there. I'm like, God damn. And they have their Australian accent. Huh?
I don't know about now, but I know they used to import a lot of labor. So that might be why they might have
a lot of Africans in Australia.
They have a lot of Filipinos in Australia as well.
But I was surprised with the Africans, though. I was quite surprised. I'm like, damn, it's black folks down there.
They everywhere now, bro.
Yep.
But
that sounds kind of bad, right?
There goes my property value.
Leave alone, man. Leave alone. I left him alone. Y'all leave him alone. But the thing about it is there's some who went out there to work and the jobs that they went out for are stopped. And Australia was like, you don't have to leave, but no one wants to hire them. There is racism out there. Don't be, it is out there. It's just that what we got is there's a good portion of Australian men out there that are not racist because women who actually appreciate black men out there, not necessarily crazy about this, the good looking women who appreciate us and don't hate us will not be interested in dating an Australian dude who's straight up racist against black people. So it's a good idea to check yourself. And it's like that in Munich areas of Germany, like the eastern part of Germany, too. If you're running around, I hate blacks, you're going to get rejected by the women. That's a positive thing. And that is in parts of Australia and Germany. It's not a huge thing, but it's well known among men that it's probably not a good idea to come out and be all racist. Or women are going to be like, why are you racist against black people? They haven't done anything to you. So what's the problem? What are you hiding?
Let me ask you this. Have you been to Russia?
I have not.
Okay. Because during my time in Chicago, I went to graduate school in Chicago and I dated a chick from Bulgaria, Poland, and a Russian chick. And they all told me, like, listen, you got to go back to my home country. They'll love you out there. And I'm like, yeah, you just saying that.
I heard the same thing. No.
But she was like, nah, like honestly, they'll like you out there, especially because your complexion.
Dark skinned man. Actually.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm light skinned, man. I'm a shade darker than Roman.
Okay.
So they love dark skinned men and Slavic countries, believe me.
Yeah, she was telling me, like, yeah, you get a lot of play out there. Like,
did you guys see Barbara World's interview with the black
the half black or half
black and Russian?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that. What she said?
She loves.
She was just telling about her history and how how her father got out there when she was he was from Africa, and met the
We were
mother
both
in
in
Ukraine.
university, and yeah,
Yeah, and then they moved back to I guess Russia, but she speaks Russian, English, and French.
Nice.
Really,
You just have to
really
get a
busty
foreign
looking
woman.
chick.
big, voluptuous, blonde-haired, light-skinned black chick.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. This chick I was dating in Chicago, she's from Bulgaria. I never heard the word. I mean, I never heard of this country until I met her. And man, she was a redhead, and she was telling me like, "Yeah, you go out there, you gonna clean up." It's like I said, "Why?" She's like, "For one, they're not used to seeing black men, and two, it's just like you're just different. They're not used to seeing something that is different, and they're curious about the whole BBC." I'm like, okay, like all right. She want to know if that's a myth or not. I'm like, hey, I don't know, but
And
it's
always find
interesting.
out.
It's interesting because like I dated a lot of international women while in Chicago, and they all said like, yeah, you'll probably do well in my country. It's like it's not as racist as most people try to claim
Well,
it
Russia
is.
has never been a racist country. That's the problem.
No. Like these were mostly Eastern European women, and they were
Right.
saying like it's not as racist as the, Americans or the media try to portray it is. Like it's not like that. But of course, you're gonna have some dudes that's gonna hate on you regardless. But it's like if you go out there with some cool vibes, positive attitude, you'd be all right.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I do know there was a black woman I worked with. She worked for KBR. This was my first deployment, and she worked for KBR. Her and her husband, they were on contract together in Russia. And she said she faced a lot of discrimination when she was her and her husband both. Like if they walk into a bar or something, they used to get mean stares all the time and things of that nature. I mean, maybe it was just her experience, her and her husband's experience. I don't know, but it's just something I've heard.
Certain pockets. I mean, you can have a city. Like I always talk about, like, brothers, if you're going to be in the States, if you want to be around, if you want to go where women really like us, Phoenix and Seattle, they really like us out there.
Yes, sir.
Foreign women. I keep telling people like that. Look, I don't have a problem getting women in these places in the States. These places are good for us. I left for all kinds of other reasons, but to keep it on it, they really like us in these places. And if you come correct, man, you can really clean up.
And that's the key word. If you come correct, that's the key word.
Right.
Because for me, when I lived in Chicago, when I was doing some sales, I was covering the central regions. I was going to Minnesota, I was going to Nebraska, Iowa, fucking Missouri, Wisconsin. Bro, I was getting tail left and right. I'm like, damn, is that easy over here? It's actually a lot easier than Miami. So I was like, man, the whole Midwest.
Or Sedity. In the Midwest, you're talking
No. But guys, this is
talking about country girls. I live in the Midwest.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Not in
Don't
the
get
country.
twisted. Look, Miami was not like the way Miami is today. It wasn't like that back in the 90s. It wasn't. It just, you have all these people from New York, from the North Coast, bringing that sedity attitude to Miami, changing the culture. But Miami was a real laid back, like bohemian type city. That's what it was. Caribbean folks, country ass folks. That's how it was. Now, when I moved to the Midwest, me being a Miami boy, we just moved different from dudes from Midwest. So it's just like when I was traveling out to Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa. Man, I didn't realize that I was seeing white women with big asses. I'm like, God damn, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I'm like, yo, these chicks are
around here.
But hold up. But the thing is, again, I'm not used to seeing that. Living in Miami, we used to seeing Latinas, Caribbean chicks,
emaciated ass skinny white girls out there that are trying to look like models.
Well, Miami is different because I was raised around Hispanics and Caribbean folks. So we had Latinas and Jamaicans, Jamaican, Bahamians, Trinis. That's what I had growing up. But when I moved to the Midwest, I had the good old American Pie white women.
Yeah,
it was different. I'm like, yo, these are full.
Could actually grow bodies.
Listen, man, coming from Miami,
collard greens and cornbread out here too.
Coming from Miami, I have not seen women built that way. The way they built in the Midwest. I'm like, shit.
Listen to him. He damn near drooling.
Man, I'm in the Midwest, man. I'm in the corn sticks.
I
cornfields of
I
Iowa.
grew up around this, man. This is
I'm
what I
like,
did.
bro, I'm like, God,
Since I was 8
damn,
years
shit.
old, I grew up in the Midwest.
Yeah, they got to. They need a little. Yeah, they got to have a little insulation, man. It get cold up there.
It gets cold out here.
Nah, but dude, no, Midwest chick, they built different, man. Look, I've been to the
here.
East Coast, I've been to the West Coast. Midwest, they built different, man. Even like even the dudes, they big as hell. I'm like, no wonder y'all damn
I ain't
offensive
no
linemen
small
coming from the
dude
Midwest.
either.
But I mean, just going back to the story, man. Listen, when I was going to Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, fucking Wisconsin, Minnesota, shit,
Corn-fed motherfuckers. That's what they call us.
I'm gonna
Corn-fed.
tell you this, guys. It was easy to smash, and these were very wholesome, good, easy. Invite you to dinner, meet the parent on the first date and shit. I'm like, damn, you just met me. Okay, come over to the house. I'm like, okay, and man, it was just a whole different experience, man. That's why I give the Midwest was some of my best dating experience. Was the Midwest,
Yeah.
man.
The only thing, Detroit was, believe it or not, Detroit was actually like that. People, I mean, it has a real bad reputation, but you know, people in Detroit.
In Detroit, there's some thick ass women in
Yeah,
Detroit.
and you know, but the thing is, I was going to say is that you know, because you're expected to speak. You know, when I say speak, I'm talking like say, good morning, like somebody, you know, some complete stranger say, good morning, how are you today? And if you don't say nothing, then they look at you like you're funny. Hey, I just spoke to you. Like, you know, you gotta.
And that's what
you gotta learn about manners.
Midwest. And that's why I like the Midwest. The Midwest are very wholesome, nice people.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The East Coast is trash, from Connecticut all the way to damn New York to fucking almost half of DC.
Oh yeah,
Nah, man.
all
The
trash.
attitude,
Fuck
the
that.
bullshit.
Horrible, man. That's the problem with Southern Connecticut in the first place. The police, all they do is harass decent people and college students. They don't mess with the thugs. They don't mess with the knuckleheads. They stay away because they're scared. That's the problem, but they're cleaning that up.
But still, I think the East Coast still got the worst looking women and attitude.
They
across
do.
all the country.
And it's hella segregated.
That's
It's
how East
I mean,
Coast. I'm like,
I agree with the attitude. I don't know about the looks part. I don't know about that. I can't
Nah.
justify that. But
man, they can't compete. They listen. The East Coast can't compete against the South or Midwest.
well,
It's
I
hard.
mean, but if you're talking Miami, I mean, I don't think anywhere in
No,
the
when I
states.
say South,
fine.
I'm. Well, let me tell you this, guys. Don't sleep on South Carolina. Don't sleep on North Carolina. Don't sleep on Georgia and
Don't
Alabama.
sleep on Virginia.
Dude, don't Virginia.
Yes,
dude,
Virginia. Virginia,
Again,
Newport
the
Beach.
East Coast, the northern East Coast cannot compete against them. Period. They can't.
Now, the only thing about Newport News, I'll say this: Virginia Beach area is if they, you got to not only you got to watch your, if you do have a girl, you don't have to. Not only you got to watch your dudes, but you got to watch the women from stealing your girl too.
Hey.
I'll say that. Yeah, bro. Like there's a lot of women that are try to pull game on your girl out there.
No, I don't know, but all I'm saying that
I was stationed at
Northeast-
Fort Eustis.
I've been to Boston, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Dude, I never impressed. Never ever impressed. I'm like, okay.
What years?
Recently, I was traveling for work, so I was doing the bars, I was doing the lounges, top spot. It's just the attitude, man. The attitude, the energy. It's just flat. It's just a very flat energy.
Those
atmosphere.
are facts, man. I give you that.
So for me, it's like being a Miami boy, being in Chicago, and now in Atlanta. Dude, I'm big on energy, man, and it's like that Northern East Coast don't have it. It just don't, man. It just, yeah.
But I'm noticing that too. I'm noticing that too with the West Coast, like that Valley Girl style attitude. You know what I'm talking about? That Valley Girl.
Yeah.
Hey,
I like that.
Yeah.
Say what now?
I like that Paris Hilton stuff. I like it.
I can't stand that shit, man. Get on my damn.
I got problems, man. Don't worry about me. Go ahead.
When you do Lyft driving, you got to hear this shit all damn night, and then they're all stuck up, and they sound like everything's like a question. It just gets on my fucking
But I'm
nerves.
gonna tell you this: the Valley Girls. Let me tell you this: them Valley Girls, dude. Trust me, behind closed door, they smashing brothers.
Freaks.
At least. Unlike the Northeast.
Behind closed doors, they smashing brothers. You just got to come through the back door. That's it. They can't. You can't.
Oh,
be seen
in
through the front
LA,
door.
LA is they
LA.
they love brothers in LA. Don't
Yeah.
they do.
So
NBA players are so preferred in LA.
Or
Oh,
NBA players.
come on, I mean,
And that's
They
why
don't have to do work at all.
And that's why I like the Midwest. You don't need to be a celebrity. You can still get some action in the Midwest.
St. Louis has probably the worst black on black hate I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah, because all the gangs, man.
St.
They got
Louis is a
shitload of
no-go
gangs there.
zone. It's Kansas City, Missouri,
Shit, you know what?
St. Joseph.
Not even St. Louis. Don't go to East St. Louis. Your ass gonna die.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
It's just like you gonna die. Like,
Oh my God. I didn't know any better and I was out there messing with white men. I didn't know. Thank God I knew somebody. I found out at work because he was my work colleague.
No-go zone, bro. Kansas
He
City,
had to
Missouri,
tell me I almost
St.
died.
Joseph, Lee Summit. Lee Summit is where all the football players and stuff like that live at. So Lee Summit, Missouri, St. Joseph, Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas side.
that's why they call it misery.
Yeah.
They say Missouri. It's actually misery. Avoid misery at all costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think the biggest cities are on the edges of Missouri?
Hey, what is the name of that casino with the nightclub that's at the border? In
Are you
St.
talking about
Louis?
a paddle boat?
Oh,
Wait.
it's okay. I remember that one. It's right on the border between East St. Louis and St. Louis.
Nah, not East.
You said it's a casino boat?
It's a casino boat. They don't
It's
have
toward Kansas City.
unless it's a new Indian casino.
No, definitely not new. I was
Then it's
going
not
out there back in 2008.
well, that's still new to me.
Does it go up and down the river at all, or
And
is it just?
Well, that's in St. Louis. All the casinos by the river. I used to love hanging out there.
Yeah.
Hitting that girl. That's a dope spot.
They
But
started allowing the Indians to build casinos. They would always do paddle boat casinos. You had to be on the water, Mississippi.
Yeah.
It took me like from St. Louis. It took me about 45 minutes to drive there toward Kansas City. That's all I remember.
But it actually leaves the dock. Like it's not just moored. It leaves the dock kind of.
It's not like those. I know what you're talking about. That's downtown St. Louis, but no, not those.
Oh, okay. I want to do one. That's why I'm asking. I want to do one.
Well, they don't put them out in the water anymore. They're just moored, and they call them paddle boat casinos, but they're not really anymore. Now, today they did.
I'm not gonna lie. I had some fun in St. Louis. I had fun. It was fun, but mostly I was just messing with the white girls because we have so much hate for each other out there.
St. Louis is the ratchetest part of Missouri. I'm trying to tell you.
Those are facts. Sometimes
I've lived there too long. St. Louis is the most ratcheted part of the whole fucking state. Like old boy said, you gotta stay to the outskirts. Don't stay in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, guys, man, it's been 3 hours and 31 minutes live stream. I gotta shut it down. Hey, man, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds to close out your statement about the whole entire black males travel space. Is it salvageable? Yes or no? And give me your reason. 30 seconds, man. So I'm gonna start off with Drew G. Are you still there?
I'm here, brother.
All right, yeah, man. Close it out with your 30 seconds. Is the black male travel space? Is it salvageable in 2025?
We are 9 days in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still salvageable. We're good. We're good. I mean, like I said, you're looking at a panel full of men that don't have anything to do with that foolishness, and it's still salvageable.
Okay. You already know, man. What's going on, James? What's your thoughts on it? 30 seconds. 30 seconds, James. I know you want 30 minutes, but 30 seconds.
I know. I got a lot to say, man. Hey, yes, it is absolutely salvageable, but we need to start putting our foot down. We need to start doing stuff like sneak one of them, the knuckleheads on these panels and scold the hell out of them, jump them, pound them up, make them apologize, and call it out when it needs to be called out. Make sure it's about that dude, that person, and that situation, and clean it up and get back to basics.
Okay. Clutch. What about you, Clutch?
Hey, look, if you can get outside of the passport Pookie algorithm, like checking the fact, oh yeah, you're good. You're good at that. But I'll say this, outside of the small clowns that make all of us look bad, it's salvageable, but it's going to take a lot of work. But I will say this, it's a lot more salvageable than dating in the East Coast or in the Bay Area. Fuck those places. Now, I'm from DC, and I am not moving back.
Oh, you right around hometown, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Fuck, I don't call that shit home. Never.
No,
was.
I'm Baltimore. I say you next to my hometown.
Oh yeah. No. I got less hate in Baltimore than I did in DC. That's the funniest thing. And I know how.
Hey, you know what? I got a lot of love in the Bay Area, man. I was in Oakland. I got some love out there, man. So I was quite surprised by that.
I can explain.
Oakland's a unique place.
Oh yeah,
Oakland's cool, man. I like the vibes out there in Oakland, man.
Oakland's special. Oh, honestly,
that's why I say unique. I try to pick a non,
I mean, San Francisco is too like blah, but Oakland got that.
Yeah.
Oakland got that vibe, man. I could fuck with Oakland.
I was considered too square for that area.
Yeah,
when I used to live in Vallejo, and so I know I used to live in the Crest, Highway 37, right there, Marine World Parkway, Highway 37. It was a Crest, and yeah, I was considered too square. So I was like, I'm in the hood, but I'm not a hood dude,
Yeah, same here. I think that's my problem with Oakland. I mean, it's the better part of the Bay. It's better than San Francisco. I'm more of a San Diego guy, but yeah.
Oh, I love San Diego.
But everything up there now is like smells like piss and shit now. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
pleasant to even
Yeah,
think.
it's falling off. Anyway, hey, thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, no problem, Clutch. Darnell, the official sponsor of the show.
show.
So, hey, what are your thoughts on is the black male travel space, is it salvageable? Can we actually save it?
Yes, it's salvageable. Anything can happen. Is it? But in my opinion, it's highly unlikely. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Wow.
I've been on Razor Ray's. I've said it a couple years ago when I first got on Razor Ray's show. I talked about accountability. That's the issue. I think that in the black community, and I'm sorry to say this as a whole, but that's the issue in our community that we have, is a lack of accountability. As soon as we mention what one idiot does, the first thing, well, what about the white folk? What about this? What about that? That's the very first thing we do. And instead, you can't control what other people do. You can only control yourselves. And we got to stop. We got to stop doing that. What about everyone else? And say, hey, man, let's police ourselves. Nobody wants to do it, so that's why I don't believe it's going to happen.
Okay. But you know what? We want to say thank you so much for. Okay. Thanks, Darnell. And trust me, hey, Darnell, if you ever want to be my moderator, I'll give you the right.
I already Roland. He got my ranch already.
I know. Roland wanted to offer some people to be my moderator. I was telling him no. So hey, I'm offering it to you, man, just in case you are interested, man. So
but send me a list of rules, and as long as I understand the rules, what's your rules and expectations?
Just if you see a bitch ass dude named Paul Minor, just block his ass, man. That's it.
Paul Minor.
Okay. Yeah, Paul Minor. If you see his bitch ass come on his damn
any other aliases he goes,
you block his lame ass.
He's in my room right now.
Yeah, block his lame ass. That's it. That's your primary job responsibility. You see a bitch ass name Paul Minor join on the fucking stream, you block his ass. Everybody else, you don't need to block, but his bitch ass, you block his ass. So that's it. You see a lame ass.
You getting all kind of hate, bro.
Paul Minor, whatever his name is, you block his ass. That's it. That's the only person I need.
He's trolled us all, right?
I don't care. Block
He's the same one that was supposed to show up for Fearless at the.
I would have blocked him on your fucking channel, fucking rolling. But y'all, I can't get access to your damn channels. I would have blocked his ass there too. So listen, if you want to be my moderator, you got one job. Your only job is to block this lame ass fuck nigga by the name of Paul Minor. Block his ass.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
That's it. But besides that, I fuck with you. That's all good, man.
God damn.
Hey, I'm fucking around, guys. This is all love, man. It's all good. Rolling, man. What are your final thoughts, man?
Here's the thing. As far as the black male travel space, man, it's been consistently rolling since the military. It ain't gonna stop because of a couple fragments of people that are promoting all the bad things that are going on in travel. There's so many of us traveling properly, have businesses overseas, Culture Club, and all the different restaurants that are in Thailand alone, let alone flip-flop in DR. There's brothers over there actually putting in work, doing proper business.
So just tell that story, man. Leading with the women situation, I think it's just lame, especially at this point now. Like everyone knows now. So now, like, what other story can you actually share, and why are we leaving the Matrix?
Right.
But besides that, act better, do better, And
Hold on one second. I got two things to share.
yeah, go for it.
All right, I did a poll while we started this about 2 hours ago when I got on. And the poll just simply said, are you traveling to any one of the top 4 countries this year? I listed DR, Colombia, Brazil, and Thailand. You're going to be interested to know DR had 25%, Brazil had 12%, Thailand had 62%. You want to know what country got no votes? Colombia.
Wow.
Not one vote of anybody saying in my room they wanted to go to Colombia. Thailand won.
Are you sure about that? I mean, do I need to show some
Thailand
receipts with
won.
Colombia?
I'm just saying. No, I'm not saying you need to show any receipts. I'm just saying in my room alone, because all the different things that are going on, brothers are getting wiser and saying, hey, I'm just going to skip over Colombia for a while, and I'm going to go see a couple other places I haven't been before. You know, so they're going to DR, Brazil, and Thailand. And then second thing I wanted to bring up is we are going to be doing a Lions Den tomorrow, and it's going to be
David, we could tell our better story. We could tell a better story and really let everyone know, like, hey, listen, we're not the so-called person going to these countries to get drugged and robbed and killed. No, a lot of us are winning while overseas. A lot of us are opening businesses, buying land, owning properties, investments, starting families. Trust me, a lot of us are actually winning overseas. Don't believe what you see on YouTube. And that's it for me. And I close it out, man. And I just want to say thank you for everyone for all the amazing donations we got today. This is amazing. I think in total we got about 260 $260 worth of donations today, guys. That's amazing. This is amazing. And just wanted to give a special shout out to Highlander, shout out to Darnell, and shout out to Passport Bros, man. Thank you for all the donations we got today. We are monetized. Support the channel. Definitely support Roland, support Fearless, support myself. Tomorrow we having the Lions Dens podcast. It's gonna be an interesting topic. Of course, tomorrow's my last day of alcohol. After that, I gotta freaking sober up on Sunday for Monday. So
And I'm actually going to be defending the Filipina tomorrow.
you are.
Yeah, I told you I got smoke.
I'm surprised, man.
I got smoke, bro.
I thought you.
I got evidence. I got smoke. I got smoke.
I literally thought that you was gonna defend the white dude.
Nope, I'm defending the Filipina. I got smoke.
Okay. All right. And you know what? I could piggyback on that because the thing is, one thing, guys, check your ego, check your pride, check your attitude. A lot of us, we go to these countries, man, think that we're better than these people because they make less than. Bro, you make $20 an hour. You're not better than anybody else. And we need to learn how to check our attitude, our egos, and really go there with some type of level of humility. Because yeah, I've heard some stories about that dude, man. He's rotten. He's rotten to the core. And I see she has every right to leave his ass. So I'll be there to talk about it.
But we'll talk about that tomorrow. She still is.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But again, this is a very common thing that most American guys tend to take this same attitude to these countries, thinking that they're entitled and feel like they're better than the locals. We need to check that. So with that being said, just wanted to say thank you so much. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Roland.
Happy New Year to you, brother. Glad to see you made it back from the fam. You know, we're going to be doing some bigger, better things this year. We're expanding our horizons. We're going to be bringing some other people for other colors up in the rooms and having some mixed conversations. We're not just going to keep it centered in an echo chamber.
It's time to evolve.
Yes.
It's time to evolve, man. Like all the bullshit that happened last year, it's time for us to step our game in regards to content creation. It's time for us to step our game based on conversation. You know, we need to talk about building, you know, all the trauma talk. If you need that trauma talk, join Fearless and Rolling Live
Thursday night. Come see
Thursday night with a live therapist. I highly recommend you go to that damn show. For all you bitter ass dudes out there, go join that show and talk about your problems. For all my brothers that are looking for solutions, that's trying to make a better life, come to my channel and we're good to go. So with that being said, thank you so much, man. Awesome live show. Thank you for everybody and have a great night, man.